Secretary Barrett, General Goldfein, first of all, thank you so much for your service to this country. I also want to express my appreciation for the robust way this budget funds nuclear modernization. I want to thank you both for the attention that the Air Force has paid to the rebuilding of Offutt Air Force Base as well. Your teams have been valuable partners as we have worked together to secure the funds necessary to repair, replace, and rebuild following the historic flooding that occurred in Nebraska a year ago. Secretary Barrett, the 55th Wing is the #1 provider of large fixed-wing Air Force ISR in the nation. This is a capability that is in constant demand. I hear it from our combatant commanders. And the newly contested environments that we are faced with now mean that we need to think creatively about integrating these platforms like the RC-135 into future networks. Given that fact, how are you working to ensure the continued capability of the RC-135 as we look into the future time frame?
Thank you, Senator. The RC-135 is pivotal to our ISR capabilities, and as you know, training capability was lost during the floods at Offutt. So we want to thank you for the funding to help get that back up so that we can renew the training. And the other key thing that is happening with that platform and others is the computer connectedness, building that as an element, a node on the network for our combatants.
The Air Force laid out a future roadmap for the ISR mission in the ISR Dominance Flight Plan, and what progress has been made in implementing the points of that plan? Okay. General.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The most progress we've done is actually how we've tied the distributed ground system, where we do all the analytical work in the ISR, into this battlefield network, this advanced battle management. Because, you know, it used to be that we would have platform sensors of weapons from all of our services that were operating independently, and then the universal translator across weapon systems was a phone or a chat room operating at human speeds. That's not going to work in the next fight. We've got to be able to work seamlessly at machine speeds, and that's what Advanced Battle Management System does, and the RC-135 is a significant player in that.
You had mentioned the ABMS and the JADC2, and the FY21 budget makes significant investments in that next-generation networking capability. How's the Air Force working to ensure integration of existing platforms with these new capabilities that are coming online?
Yes, ma'am. That is the foundation of this, is how do we take existing capabilities, in addition to new capabilities, and connect them in. When this committee supported our move from Joint STARS into a battlefield network solution for the future, we took those savings and we put it into demonstrations and connected capability that is no longer PowerPoint slides with lightning bolts that are aspirational. We turned this into real capability. We're no longer talking about cloud capability. We actually built a cloud. We contracted with industry, and all the services are connected in. We're not just talking about common data architecture. We built unified data library, and now we're connecting and sharing. Every 4 months, we connect portions of the enterprise, and we do a demonstration, and we operate at machine speeds. And what we're learning is that each of the weapon systems that we're connecting now jumps in its capability when you can connect it into a common architecture.
Thank you. Secretary Barrett, the Air Force is still conducting an analysis of alternatives, and I believe this is the second study that we've had for that, for the recapitalization of the E-4B. It's my understanding that the AOA will conclude soon. What is the Air Force's plan to move forward after the AOA finishes? I ask this because this has been an issue of constant study, and I believe the first AOA was directed back in 2008. The challenges of maintaining that outdated airframe are only getting harder. And I think it's vital that the Air Force move forward after this AOA concludes, and this issue shouldn't be studied indefinitely. Can you speak to this, please?
We've found that sometimes studies are an never-ending process. I can assure you that we will review that study at its conclusion and make a decision based on its recommendations.
We always want to make sure that we have all the information available at the time, but we do need to move forward. Thank you.